Hello, hello. Welcome back to Divine Destiny Guide. I pray you're doing well wherever you are. Sending you the purest of love and light. God is for us. Again, who can be against us? We are blessed and highly, highly favored. We are protected as well, I must add. So if this is your first time, welcome. Returning Soul Tribers, new Soul Tribers, thank you for your love, your support. I appreciate you. Couldn't do it without you. Sending you the purest of love and light wherever you are. I pray you're doing well in your corner of your world. How are you doing? All right, so let's get into the word. So the first card that came out here, it's elusive. Elusive. So there is dishonesty, deception, and trickery around you. This reminds me of the web we weave, the lies. So some of us could be dealing with people who are very trickery, who are dishonest, very deceptive. I mean, they learn and they manipulate the art of, or they learn to master the art of manipulation, while most of us are trying to work on ourselves for self-mastery, in the sense of developing who we are, becoming our best self, the best versions of ourselves. You have people who are in the background. And again, even though, yes, I love and light, I love, but at the same time, we cannot be so naive and gullible to the plans, realizing that we have people, even the same ones who are laughing in our face, the same people who say that they love us, care for us, who are deceptive. Because again, especially when you say your circle small, the enemy can only use the people who are right around you. And he will. And again, it's like, I just think it is so arrogant and egotistical for a lot of people to think that this can't happen to them. And I know we want to see the best in people, but I think it's up to people to show that to us. And again, I love to repeat the quote from Dr. Maya Angelou: when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. And for a lot of you, a lot of us, I think people just become numb, immune to the stings or the bites from snakes. So it's like they're very comfortable in that energy. But again, what does that say of you? Because the Bible said, be wise as a serpent. It didn't say become one of them. But the goal is to be harmless as a dove. And so these people, somebody around us, are busy webbing how they can trick us out of our spot, how they can have us miss an opportunity, how they can have us miss a blessing, how they can have us be in bondage, trapped in fear. It's like they're using us against us, because they study us, they know our weaknesses as well. And again, this is why I think the enemy is really good at tricking us, a lot of us, because we underestimate the devil. And it's like the enemy comes so innocent too. I mean, you think about it. I normally say sin is sweet, because it's always mostly so very innocent, starts so pure. I mean, it's like love bombing. You think you meet the one, and they're calling you every second of the day. They're blowing you up. They're making it seem as if they are the one. And, and then all of a sudden, it's like once they get where they want to be, or they have you where they want you to be, then it's like they disappear. So sin is very, I mean, the enemy is very crafty, the way how he traps us or tries to trick us. They never come in the way that they are. I mean, Think about in the garden, the snake came, very beguiling, charming, mesmerizing, that even it didn't scare Eve to talk to the snake, right? But it's so amazing how, and I think that is why sometimes, even when the right people come into our lives, sometimes we have been bitten or deceived so much that is like, who are you? Who sent you? Because again, it's like even before you meet the right person, the person who is suitable for your soul, the enemy will send somebody who has the characteristics, the traits of that divine masculine, that divine feminine. They will have the right words to say, oh, you're my soulmate. We connect so much. And then it's like, once we let our guards down, then we start seeing the real person unravel. But again, also that person or those people, if we allow God to use that situation in our life, because for a lot of us who are healers, light workers, who are in our mission or on our journey here, because every day it's a learning and more and growing and evolving, transforming. But for those of us who have gone through this or you're going through it, you know it's because of these false person or false twin flame or soulmate who came in. This is what spiral us into our healing, our awakening. Because it's like the triggering was so bad, and the hurt, the pain, the deception was so much that is either you sink or you swim. Is either you do or you die. And a lot of us, we decide to do. We decide to use the lemons. And we're going to make a tall, refreshing glass of lemonade for the kingdom. But then you have those who decide to die in it, who decide to allow fear, the manipulation of others, to tie us up in the webs that we are so caught up that, again, they convince us that nobody else is going to want us. Who else is going to treat us as good? It's like, seriously, you have your stinger inside of me and you're saying nobody else can do better. And then the crazy thing is when we allow ourselves to believe that lie. And I mean, like, I can say to any ex is that if you're gonna ever come to me with that lie, make sure you have your funeral arrangements done. Because no, it's like, for me personally, and again, I can only share my testimony, but the person that I've dealt with, the hurt, the pain was so bad that there is no way. There is absolutely no way. No way. I mean, maybe when two Sunday meets. So far, hell hasn't frozen over. But no, when you have people who decide they're gonna break you, but again, it's a good thing that I was willing to allow God to finish the transformation, to finish breaking me down. Let me just crash like the phoenix, God, and have your own way. Transform me, melt me, mold me, fill me into the person that you want me to be. But it's like they did too much. And then now it's like you think because you go out there and it didn't work out, maybe now you catch a whiff of, oh, this person was or is, then you're going to want to come back. No, I mean, really, stay way over there. Stay way over there. Because it's not going to work. It won't work. You don't even need to apologize. Because I've already forgiven you, I've forgiven myself, God forgave me, and that's enough for me. but it's the ability to know to love ourselves. I mean, those of you who can relate, do you remember in that toxic low vibrational energy when people were so able to love bomb you, to gaslight you, to play on your feelings, your emotions? You're not good enough, you're not desirable. They call you, they don't you call them, they don't answer you, you keep blowing up their phone, they ignore you. And I'm telling you, there is something about, and I know this word has been thrown around so much that I think people just kind of, it's numb, but people with narcissistic energies, that's the power, the control that they love. And it's like when they cannot, when they lose that, oh my God, because they want the chase. They want the chase. And when they don't have you running after them or anymore, and they look around and they realize that they run a whole marathon, a whole year, 2 years, and they look back and you are no longer, you're not behind them. You know, you're like, I love myself. For some of you, some of us, while you were chasing them, you were going through that hermit, that dark night of the soul. And it's like you catch yourself and like, what the heck am I thinking? If I can live without some important people in my life, whether through death or the loss of a connection, why do you think I cannot do without you? Why do you think I can't live without you? And it's like, it's the audacity for me. It's the audacity where people think that they have reign or control. They are so good. And a lot of them, like I said, they're very good at what they do, but it's not that they can't be figured out. A lot of us, we know when these people, they were doing trifling things, but again, it's like your self-esteem, your vibration was too low to walk away. You didn't know your worth, you didn't know yourself. And this can span over all social, economic, racial background. When you don't know yourself, when your vibration is lower than the person who is treating you like you are nothing, it's a very hard place to be in. So some person are, they've been very dishonest, very trickery. Again, their father is the father of lies. Their daddy is the devil. What do you expect? And a lot of us, we know this, but we continue to go with the manipulation and the trickery. So, congratulations to those of you, those of us who have unraveled ourselves from the webs, the trickeries of the lies of the devil. We didn't care what people are going to say, because a lot of these people, they are the same ones who were laughing at us, talking badly about us, because they wanted to control us. It was like, now that they see that we walk away, we are no longer a prey for them. Now it's like they're flabbergasted. Their eyes are rolling, their jaws are dropping. They can't believe that you had the guts to work on yourself, and they don't like it. They do not like it that you love yourself, that we love ourselves. We're prioritizing ourselves. We're doing what is best for ourselves. And we're choosing God over them. We're choosing what God says, who God says that we are. Like a recent message that I put out, and I talk about in there, it's not what they call you, but it's what you answer to. See, it's like back in even the Bible days, God had an encounter with Saul because he was a persecutor of the Christian, of people of faith. And God changed his name to Paul. So again, it's like God, it's the new name that God has for us. They remember us by whatever lies that they made up. That's not who we are. That version of us is long dead and gone. So like I said, if anybody in the past wants to come back thinking some crazy apology or weak because we are too much at peace and on our purpose, or I'm in my purpose, and you think you want to get me back into this web of lies, let me tell you, it's like move on before you get step on. Move on before you get spit on. Because I am not the one, the two or the 200. Back then, you had me where you want me. Now, today, I know who I am. You are dead to me. I don't even recognize any of you anymore. Whether you're fake friends, family, or exes, none of you. So move on. Move on to next, or all the other people that y'all ganged up on me with, thinking that you were going to hurt me because you enjoyed seeing me in pain. And now that I healed myself, I worked on myself, then you're going to want to come back to get me caught up again? God forbid. God forbid. Absolutely. They want to get you distracted, sidetracked, changed, to create delays. Because again, it's like you're too much at peace. I mean, it's like for some of you, you're going out in nature, you're on the beach. They want to get you caught up, distracted, pulled away from what you're doing, your purpose. Because they love it when you were in that low vibrational toxic energy. Well, look, yeah, enough of them, they want to come back to apologize, to return, to say, I'm sorry. No, go talk to God. Some of them, they want to fake it, you know, with the cross here, as if now they're a believer, they believe in Christ, they're changed. Good for you. If you change, good for you. I'm happy for you. But you're not changed for me, you change for yourself. It doesn't call for a relationship. Because a lot of the times these people, again, they think they master the art of deception. And so they think they can come back to fake it I mean, they're only sorry that they got caught. They're sorry that you figured them out. Or they think they know what you want them to say or how you want them to behave. They will chant, they will hum, they will copy the right words, they will write everything down on a piece of paper and they will read it back to you, they'll pray with you, all of this nonsense, just so they can get you caught up and distracted and have you right back wrapped up. It's like they have you tighter than a wrap, a sandwich, let me tell you. And when they have you where they want you, then they leave you again. Yeah, so it's all about your perspective. For a lot of you, a lot of us, we're better off. We're happier. Our head is in a clear space from where we were when we were with these people. I mean, it's a long road, baby. But you're better off. So it's about your perspective. There must be a better way. There got to be another way. I mean, no, they are not the only ones out here. And like I said, it's good if people are genuinely changed. But it's like you heal for yourself and maybe the other person that you should encounter. And I know they say, yes, people change and they come back. But no, I mean, I'm telling you, don't judge me, y'all. You don't know what I've been through. This is not even, I didn't even scratch the surface. But I mean, again, to each his own. And I know some people, they'll say it's fine, you know, but go ahead, you know, to each his own. But I'm just speaking on my behalf. But, you know, a lot of people, but I mean, for the fact that we started out with the web there, dishonesty, some people are going to come back or they want to return to say, I'm sorry, but it's not genuine. It's only so they can delay you. It's only so that they can block your progress. And again, remember, we are not here on this 3D forever. I don't care how much time you come back, it's a different time, but it's like whatever we are here to do, we can't allow the devil to trick us up, because remember, the devil has a job to do. Time is against him as well. And we as chosen ones, we have a job to do as well. So it's a battle between light and dark forces in the spiritual realm. It's a battle between good and evil. So again, these people are on demon time. They are doing their jobs. Can we understand that these people are doing their jobs and stop trying to change snakes. Stop trying to work with manipulators. It's okay to love them and pray for them from a distance. But stop enabling them and cuddling them and thinking that if we are not in their life, they're going to fall apart. People are resilient, very resilient. When people are thrown out there, they will survive on their own. How many times have you seen somebody who was the head of the house and thinking that the world is on their shoulders, they have to meet everybody's needs, and then when they drop dead, what happens? Everybody find a way out, because at the end of the day, nobody's going to jump in that grave with you. As soon as they see that caterpillar pulling up with the dirt, everybody start backing away. And even if somebody dare enough to jump in the grave, nobody's going to cover them up and leave them there. At the end of the day, you are left. And like I shared in another video, every tub will have to sit on their own bottom. Everybody is going to be accountable on Judgment Day. How did you spend your time? It's like with the talents. What did you do with your 1, your 2, your 3? Did you bury yours because you were too coward? You were too afraid to stand against the grain of what people are going to say, what they're going to think about you, when people are going to think anyway, and not realizing that a lot of the people who are talking and thinking, they're on demon time. And their mission in this life is to get you sidetracked so you don't get into your purpose. You don't go on your path. So kudos to those of you who are awakened to the plans and the lies of the devil. 3 things, the enemy. 3 lies, the same 3 lies that the enemy comes with all the time. It doesn't matter how creative he gets. But again, if we are so naive and thinking that only God can save people, we pray for people. But it's up to God. Even healing is up to God. We can pray for healing, but God may say, look, I'm going to heal this person on the other side. So how dare we think that we can't leave, because if we leave, people are going to fall apart. Are they going to hurt themselves? Well, if they hurt themselves, then I guess that's their karmic path. Because like I shared in the other video, Judas sold Jesus out. Peter denied Jesus not once, but 3 times. But it's all about choices. It's all about perspective. That was Judas's karmic path. So you staying with people in their toxic energy is not going to keep them from doing what they're going to do. Because because you staying with them, they're harming you just the same. They're harming you just the same. Whether this is romantic or platonic, you staying in that connection is, even this week I had somebody, a lady who is married, she said to me, I am married, but I am alone. And I know what that felt like. I know what that felt like. Abandoned, being left out, walk away in the cold. I'm telling you, once they get you caught up in this web of lies, that's exactly what they're going to do. They love bomb you. They're going to abandon you. They're going to leave you out in the cold, and then they're going to walk away. Because it's like, I burst your bubble. And then you're left rejected with guilt and shame. Because how could you be so stupid to fall for the same traps of the enemies? Yeah, these people, they're clinging. They're holding on, obsessing, and yes, they're spying. But the goal is because you're in your peace. So they want you to fall off, to change direction, to have you sidetracked, and to delay you. Don't hold on. Don't cling to me. Hold on to Jesus. Because he's all you need. He's all I need. You can stay hanging on to my energy. You're already out of mine. It is finished because you are finished. Yeah, so a lot of these people, it's all an ecstasy. It's a thrill. You know, they want to come back to remind you of the good time. You remember when, you know, full up your head, and because they know how to, you know, melt you like a butter. You know, just say they can wheel you back into that web of lies. I mean, it's about time we wake up, smell something, but smell something different. Because if they're coming back with that same BS, I mean, you should be able to recognize it. Even if they spray the most expensive cologne on it or perfume, even if their cleavage is falling out, even if they're buffed and muscle and ripped, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's time to wake up. It's all a fantasy. They just want to get you on a high again to apologize and to make you feel good. And then now they trap you up. They get you. Yeah, trap. I honestly did not look down at this card. Yeah, that you see, stuck, tied up, captive. Absolutely. So yeah, it's like you are better off without this person, these people. But the key is that they want you to be trapped. They want you to be stuck. That's what they want. And again, this is why they are here in this life, this lifetime, because they are on demon time. A lot of these people, they are doing things that are manipulative. They're in a lot of voodoo. They're in a lot of witchcraft. And for some people, it's like it doesn't even make sense you try to tell them or advise them, because it's like they're too much in their ego to listen, or they're too arrogant to think that, oh, this person could actually do that. My family could actually engage in that. When, like I said, they're looking at the outward part of a person, wherein, if we're honest, we were there too, where somebody couldn't tell us anything, like, don't marry that person, don't date that person. We thought that, you know, they didn't like us, or they didn't want the best for us. So for some of you, some of us, we've tried. You warn people, but they're going to do what they want to do anyway. And they're just going to have to learn the hard way, or maybe they won't learn at all. But these people want them to be stuck. And this is why I crave and I love the fact that now that I am in a place where I know and I realize that I'm my Father's child. Man looks at the outward part, but I want the heart. I am after the heart. I am after the heart. I don't care about the words. Don't tell me, show me. And I want to learn my lessons so that as I move to new levels and new devils pop up, that I can zap them off and move them out of my life, move them out of my way. Yeah. So for a lot of these people, it's just the fact that they want to come back, some of them with intimacy. You know, after they're done running around, you know, community D, serving the whole community, sleeping around, they want to come back to, again, like I said, offer some intimacy, being sensual. They want you to confide in them again. Again, it's up to you, but I'm just telling you what is here. Yeah, chemistry. So a lot of them, like I said, they want to come back to say that, oh, we have a bond. But see, chemistry alone can't do it. And this is what a lot of us have figured out. It's not about the spark, because it's like as soon as it starts, it fizzes out. It's more than that. It's way deeper than that when it comes to a real connection, a true connection. And for a lot of these devilish, toxic people, like I said, they come in real hot and heavy. The spark, the chemistry, it's there. But then it's like there is no substance to it. There's no substance. So a lot of them, they want to come back for a second chance, reconciliation, to make amends, or want another opportunity. They want you to take a risk again. Take a risk on them. It's like Dr. Phil would say, how is that working for you? How did that work for you the last time? Yeah, some of them, they're going to let you know they're missing you, they're craving you, they're desiring you. Again, the red, it's all about lust. I mean, I can tell anybody in my past, if you wake up and you're thinking about me, I mean, go ahead and just punch yourself right in the middle of between your eyes. Just punch yourself and go back to sleep. Learn yoga to kick yourself in the behind, because yes, I am the one that got away. And it is so. Learn your lesson, pay it forward. Any connection you have again in the future, be respectful. You never know who you may encounter on your path. Do not take people for granted. You taught me a lesson, and now it's your time to learn your lesson. And I took it as a blessing. Now do the same. Grow up. Don't come back, because it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. Yeah, it's about confusion. These people are in their pride. They don't want to give up, and it's all fantasy. It's all fantasy. So, they will come back to use their charm, their grace, and all this stuff. They just want to leave you brokenhearted. For a lot of you, this is a past life situation. You're supposed to grow from this. It's a karmic lesson. But a lot of you, you're letting this keeping you stuck in bondage when you're really not supposed to. I may be talking to a divine masculine, and you may be loyal, but you're loyal to people who are shallow. And Spirit is saying, use your intuition at this time. Use your intuition. It's like, I know what's best for you. You have family. I want what is best for you. I hope this resonates. Until